Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the KP show. Today we are going to be discussing about the India versus Australia series. Currently, we have already lost the series 2-0 and are staring at the brink of a whitewash. But Pratik, the series started with a lot of anticipation. Our heroes, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, were returning to the crease after a long time in India colours. I think after the Champions Trophy, this was the first time that they played. And after the IPL, this is the first bit of cricket that both got. And there were a lot of expectations tied into their performances, a lot of questions around their selection, non selection towards the World Cup of 2027. So we are going to be dissecting the matches, not as in like ball by ball, as in phase by phase or anything, but we are going to be talking about the things that happened, probably the things that we could have done better in terms of combinations and what could have gone differently in terms of approach and all that kind of stuff. Again, everything with respect to 2027 World Cup in our mind, because that is what we are building towards. And all these ODIs at this point doesn't mean anything individually, but in the context of the larger picture, they do mean a lot. So, yeah, our perspective is going to be from that side itself. So, Pratik, without any further ado, let's just hear your initial thoughts about the series that has gone on so far. So, I'll just start with my opinion. I mean, looking at the side that Australia had, this is not their full strength side, of course, right? They don't have Pat Cummins, like who's their captain and who's their arguably one of the best bowlers, if not the best. So I felt this was kind of a disappointment. 2-0, at least, I didn't expect. I expected a 3-0 in India's favor, or in a worst case scenario, 2-1. But we are almost at the brink of a whitewash here. What did you think?
When I looked at the team sheets before the series started, looking at Australia and the great mighty Australians, what they have been over the last 2 decades or more, or maybe the last 3 decades at their home, I think there was no Maxwell. Maxwell retired, Smith retired, David Warner retired, all the members from the World Cup winning team. And Labuschagne is horribly out of form, so they have kept him out of the team. Cam Green is kind of uncertain to play. Whether he will play or not, we don't know. Josh English, it was told that he is not going to be available for the first game. Zampa was not available for the first game. All these things were there coming out of the press from Australia, and they were true as well, right? Regarding the unavailability of these players, who are the starters in if they are available for the A team. So I was quite underwhelmed by the Indian performance, to be honest. I mean, I was expecting better show from the Indian batsmen in particular. And I mean, in both the games, if you see, we were left tottering in the power play itself, in the first power play itself. Okay, I mean, in Perth, you can say the pitch was aiding a lot of bounce and pace because which is what historically Perth has been. The old Waka was probably the quickest wicket in the world till it was there. And then after that, the new Optus Stadium also has similar conditions, if not the same. So, I mean, that is what they say when you land in Perth, you expect pace and bounce. So, we got it there. And because of the moisture, because of the rain, all that thing, there was a lot of movement of the surface as well. So, I thought, okay, it's fine. Okay, we have a one off day as we landed on the shores of Australia. But again, today, I think Adelaide is one of the flattest wickets in the world. After Sydney in Australia, I think Adelaide is one of the best batting wickets. But still,
Yeah.
we were again. How many did we score in the power play? 30 for two or 25 for two? What was the score today for the power play? I
It was
don't
29 for
remember
2.
exactly. 29 for two, right?
29 for 2.
And I mean, it might sound that we were slow. 29 for 2, I think I will take it as a positive. With the way Josh Hazelwood was bowling, I would not have been surprised it was 29 for 5. And with the way, means the luck, Indian batters rode on their luck against him, especially Rohit. I think. It's pretty bad. I mean, what do you, what how do I sum it up? The power play in both the games. I mean, three down or
27
four
for 3
down
and
in that
29. 27
29
for
for
3 in the
two,
first game,
and
29 for 2 today. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know how to sum it up. I really don't know. It has been a very disappointing show from the end. Our top three is probably the best top three in the world in this format. I think
Best top
two,
4,
three.
in fact, if you count Shreyas Iyer as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Shreyas Iyer as
along
well.
with stats.
So
In the
yeah,
last, I think 3-4 years, you can start from 2022 onwards, and this is the best top 4 in one international cricket, hands down,
yeah.
in
So
terms of
that's
numbers.
the point. Yeah, that's the problem. And I mean, last time also when we visited Australia in 2021 before that BGT, then also I think we struggled a bit, but didn't struggle like this. Maybe the wickets were slightly better because we played in Sydney. I think two games at Sydney and one at Manuka Oval. I think the last game we played. So maybe that could be a reason. But this time we are looking pretty average.
So, firstly, I think you're talking about the 2020 series, right? The one where Australia put up some 380 odd, and we had to chase it.
Yes,
Like in all the three games were high scoring. Maxwell got those big hundreds. Steve Smith got 100
Steve
in one of
Smith
the
got
games,
those
or I think
hundreds,
a couple
and
of hundreds.
first two games Smith got 100 and Maxwell got quick 50s in all the three
Quick
games.
50s, yeah,
Very
yeah.
quick
So those
50s.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so. Firstly, I think the wickets were completely different from that time. Also, one thing you told about Sydney, I think one correction. It used to be one of the best batting wickets in Australia, or the best batting wicket, because they relayed the surface in 2022. If you remember that in the Test series, also we got a green surface. I was just researching on how the Sydney, on what kind of a wicket that we could get at Sydney. So the last two ODIs that have happened at Sydney, in Sydney at the SCG, they were completely bowling friendly, with Australia being the top scorer with 280 in all those four innings. So in the first time, Australia versus West Indies got Australia bowled out for 250. Second time, England restricted them to 280. Both the times, Australia, of course, won. But just to tell you that the batting is going to get tougher. It's not going to get easier, as far as I know, unless they completely revamp and again give a flat surface, which was Sydney 2020. And that was the probably the last game on that kind of a surface at Sydney. After that, these two games were bowling friendly. But yeah, let's get back to this series. Uh, as I said, I was kind of disappointed. See, Australia had a lot of players missing. Yes. Again, India also was a relatively new side, but I want to look at the parts where I was disappointed the most. See, bowling, I think we are all in unison when we say the bowling underachieved, but I can still give the bowlers an excuse. I'll get back to the details later when we talk about the team composition and all. But primarily, I felt we lost this series because of the batting. The batting, if bowling has underperformed, batting has drastically underperformed, in my opinion. Because we were batting till 9. Harshit Rana has been picked as a bowling all-rounder. And there are two guys, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, who are coming in after a long time, which is okay. But apart from those two guys, what about the other six? They were in regular touch, and I believe they should have gotten a lot of runs, but they haven't, right? And I think we should, I mean, our expectations are not wrong, is what I would like to think, considering the circumstances. I think we should have done a lot better. But yeah, you wanted to make a point?
No, yeah, I would say I'm still not sure about the top six or the top seven whom we are playing. Okay, the top four is fixed, which is a great thing, to be honest.
Mm,
Now I don't understand something. The next three, what is the order
mm,
and why is that order chosen and
mm.
how is that order chosen? That is something I'm not very sure about. Not the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
three or the next four. From five to eight, I'm pretty unsure
Mm,
about the order and the players that are playing. I mean, obviously KL Rahul, Akshar, they should play. because they have performed for the team for the last 2 and a half years. KL has been performing for the last 4 or 5 years at that particular position. But my problem is everybody is unsure. It seems they are unsure about their roles and responsibilities. And that is
Absolutely.
something that worries me a lot because uh, without a clear head, again, it will be very difficult for any team or any player to go out and perform there in the current situations. If I don't know my entry points, the scenarios that I have been planning for, and I'm completely thrown for a new scenario every time and again, the chances of success go down significantly.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I was thinking like we could go like in order with respect to the players, but I think you made a right point. We should focus this video on why did India lose, the pain points, the hits and misses. In that direction, I think we should take this video from here. I think the first point, let's start with the team composition. I mean, we always tend to keep it towards the later after discussing free plays, but let's start with it this time around. Yeah, the team composition. See, I am the biggest advert for batting depth, right? And if I am sitting down here and I'm criticizing India for not having enough bowlers, then you know it is serious. Then you know it is serious. Dude,
The
why are we picking our number nine based on his batting skill? Number eight is a stretch. Number nine is way too much. So if Harshit Rana merits the team as a bowler, if he merits into the team as a bowler,
merits is selection, yeah.
pick him. But I don't think he is there yet. He has potential, definitely, and someday he will be there. But I think Prasidh Krishna really deserved a nod over him, especially after the Test series of last year. Last year, no, this year,
This year,
24
even
25, earlier
last
this
year,
year. Yeah, twenty-four
even in
25.
the last, yeah, even in the Sydney Test where he played, he got 6 or 7 wickets across both the innings. I mean, second innings they
Yeah,
had nothing to do, like 100,
yeah,
120 runs, 130 runs to chase with two bowlers only, Siraj and Prasid. First innings also,
yeah,
I think he got important breakthroughs and 3 or 4 wickets he got, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, if you are not playing Prasid Krishna somewhere in South Africa and Australia, I don't think why he is picked up. I don't know
Yeah,
why he is picked in first place. That is the first
yeah,
question because he has got the pace, he has got the bounce, and he's tailor made for these conditions, Australia and South Africa, and especially when you are playing in pitches like Perth and Adelaide, where it aids the pacers a lot. The bounce is there, bounce is consistent, high bounce, high pace, everything is good. First thing is that. Then I am not against Harshit Rana, the idea of playing Harshit Rana. But my problem always has been how you are going to use him. Like, see, Liam Plunkett, the most means a similar kind of a player with whom I can relate Harshit Rana, right? So Liam Plunkett was one of the best middle overs bowlers. Middle overs means the phase of 10 to 40. And I
11 to
still
40.
remember a graphic from 2019 World Cup where they showed that from 2015 to 19, that entire 4 year cycle, Liam Plunkett was the second highest wicket taker in that phase, 10 to 40, and the first one was Adil Rashid, right? So that is the reason of England's success. We only see that, okay, they were scoring 330, 340, 350, everything. But the thing is, the bowlers are also picking up the wickets at the same time. They are backing up the batters, and it's both the way.
Vice
It's
versa.
both way around, vice versa, right? So Harshit Rana is good for the middle overs. Okay, we lock him in as the third pacer in the 11. That's fine. You are expecting suppose 10, 15, 20 runs from him. So where should he bat at? The best
8.
should be number 8. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, tell me one thing. Why were Jadeja and Ashwin removed from the ODI setup after CT 2017? A major
Because we were
reason
unable
was they
to
were
pick wickets.
pick wickets in the middle overs. We saw the same problem in Champions Trophy of 2025 as well, with Axar and Jadeja bowling majority of the overs in the first few games. We were not able to pick the wickets. Okay, we were not conceding runs, that is good. But the thing is, we were not able to pick wickets as well. Who picked the wickets? When Varun Chakravarti came in, Kuldeep Yadav
Also,
bowled a bit. The red
also we
spinners.
weren't, yeah, yeah. Also, we weren't conceding runs because look at the opposition,
Oh,
Pakistan, Bangladesh. So
that's fine. That's fine.
again, the
So,
pitches were that kind of a pitch, those kind of
correct, correct,
wickets. So you have to factor in those things as well.
correct. But the main concern is either way you are not able to pick the wickets. No matter who is playing, whether the pitch is aiding you, it is not aiding you, opposition is weak, strong, all these things. The result is what? We are not able to pick wickets because there was a match against Bangladesh, I think. We picked 5 or 6 wickets in the first power play. The next wicket came after 40th over. The same thing almost happened against Pakistan, where we got the next wicket of Rizwan in the 35th or 36th over. Right? So
Yeah,
these were the issues. Then Varun Chakravarti came in the game against New Zealand, I think, the third game, and he got a
yeah,
fiver.
yeah,
Right? So that's my point. Who are your wicket takers? The wrist spinner. Who is the best wrist spinner currently in 50 over cricket? It's a toss between Jampa and Kuldeep Yadav. Zampa today was
yeah,
the man of the match with 4 wickets, 4 important wickets. Right?
yeah,
So I need to understand the thought process of benching Kuldeep Yadav first because he is the mainstay of the team. If you
yeah.
have to pick two
Again,
bowlers, the first two will be Bumrah and Kuldeep Yadav. Bumrah is
ideally,
unavailable for
yes,
selection. Kuldeep Yadav has been in magnificent form across formats and he is benched.
exactly. So I think
How
we have to go ahead.
me the point is you need to give me a plan that how am I going to pick wickets in those middle overs. Today again it happened the same. We got 2 wickets in the first power play. Then after that, few rash shots and 2 more wickets we got. Then after that, the cruise along. There was no issues at all in 10 to 40. If you see carefully.
Yeah. The way I see it is, if you are having a Harshit Rana in your side, you let him bat at number 8, but then picking a Washington Sundar becomes a bit overkill because clearly you're not picking Washington Sundar for his bowling, at least on these sort of wickets, right? So if that is the case, then you should definitely go for your premier spinner in Kuldeep Yadav for sure. Second, if you are saying that you don't want to pick Kuldeep Yadav and you want Washington Sundar because he is a better batter and he adds a lot to the team, and if you want to pick him at number 8, then I think in that scenario you should go with Prasidh Krishna, who is more likely to pick up wickets, at least from what I have seen in these conditions, over Harshit Rana. So that is how I see it. I mean, but even then, I would go in favor of Harshit Rana plus Kuldeep Yadav, actually, because I do want a wrist spinner in my squad who, kind of complements Akshar Patel and gets those wickets. Definitely, that will be my take on this one. Also, if you remember the 2019 series, there also Kuldeep Yadav bowled very well. Jadeja and Kuldeep, both of them played, if I'm not wrong. Hardik, what happened to Hardik? Oh,
No,
acha, that
that
coffee with Karan
incident.
incident happened with Hardik.
incident.
That is why he wasn't there. So Jadeja was roped in, and Jadeja and Kuldeep bowled well in tandem. So,
See,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, exactly the point. So the point is now Washington Sundar's batting. How many runs did he score? Or, okay, you can say that he didn't score runs, but he looked very comfortable. I don't think he looked comfortable ever on the crease
yeah,
with the
yeah,
bat. Correct?
yeah.
So, also give me one good reason why why are we playing Nitish Kumar Reddy? Give me one good reason. Because throughout the BGT, after the first test match at Perth, Ravi Shastri has been shouting on air that please bat this guy in the top six. Right?
Hold on,
He's
hold
that
on.
good a batter.
Hold on for a moment. Let's get to that question, but let's wrap around this discussion first. So, in terms of bowlers, we agree, right? We need
Yeah,
batting only till actually till 7, but okay. Number 8 can be a bowler who bats a bit, not the other way around. The primary skill of number 8 should not be batting, but rather the bowling. I mean,
bowling.
I'm not saying Washington Sundar is not a good bowler, but he is not effective in these conditions, as the two games already proved to you. So a better choice here would have been a Kuldeep Yadav. And then Harshit would have been 8. Then 9, 10, 11 would be Kuldeep, Siraj, and Ashti. Okay, so we close the discussion with respect to the bowling composition here. Now we move on to the main question. What is Nitish Reddy doing in this squad? In my view, and I think everybody else also saw it this way, it was a direct swap for Hardik Pandya. If Hardik Pandya were in this team, he would never bat as low as Nitish Reddy has batted. Damn sure. And Nitish Reddy isn't a bad batsman. He is a good batter. So I don't get the logic for him batting solo.
No, no.
And I let you.
Give me no, no. I'll ask you this question. Give me in what possible scenario in white ball cricket does a Washington Sundar bat ahead of a Hardik Pandya? May it be India, may it be
Never,
Australia, may it be England, may it be West Indies, wherever we are playing,
never.
whatever is the condition, in what scenario does Hardik Pandya bat lower than a Washington Sundar here? In no scenario.
No. Yeah,
Unless you
absolutely.
want 1 runs, unless you want 5 runs in 50 balls. I'm not sending him. I'm not doing that. Okay. So that is one
Even
thing.
then, I would send
And
Hardik
if
Pandya to finish off the game. Why would I
yeah,
want to?
exactly. Exactly my point. So what is the point of playing Washington Sundar? And if you are playing Washington Sundar, what is the point of playing Nitish Reddy? I'm not able to understand why are both of them playing in the same 11 with Kuldeep Yadav sitting out, and you have no clue how you are going to pick 10 wickets in the game.
Exactly the
After
point.
the power play, when the ball stops moving, your bowlers have no clue what to do. There is no clear cut plan. That is something you need to figure out. And the bowlers who could do the job, you are asking them to sit out because you want batting depth. And the players who are playing for batting depth, neither they are able to score runs, nor they're getting wickets. Or I mean, I'm not blaming the player, but I'm playing. I don't know means how to address this thing.
Exactly,
You're misusing the
exactly, and
resources. You're misusing the
exactly,
resources.
exactly. So that is the core concern, right? So at the start, I said we lost because of our batting, and this is despite having so much of cushion with the batters, but still it didn't work out. Why? Because the combinations aren't right. For for a moment, if you think the scores that we put, they would have been enough if you had good bowling resources at your disposal. But since you didn't have good bowling resources at your disposal, you had to get those extra runs, and that is something that will take us to the batting. But I'll let you complete your thought.
Yeah, and I am having this problem on the longer formats for the last 1.5 years since Gautam Gambhir has been in charge. There is no
Yeah,
clear cut plan. How to pick wickets? We don't have a plan.
and
Point
you know
is, you are
what
playing
pains me the
so many.
most?
You are playing so many all rounders, but neither they get a clear cut plan how to bowl, nor do they get a clear cut plan on how to or when to bat. Nitish Reddy is too good a batter to bat at number 8. He is too good a batter
Yeah.
to bat at number 8. And I'm saying if you brought him in for Hardik, Hardik bats 6 or 7 at max, as per the situation, whatever the situation demands.
And that is how it should have been for Nitish Reddy as well. Now,
Exactly.
again, you know what pains me the most? So this loss to Australia has to be hurting for everybody. So don't brush it off. Don't brush it off because this is a shot on our ego. It is a shot on our pride. Okay, because this is a series that we should have won, so it should hurt. Now, what pains me the most is it's not the first time that we are making this mistake, right? By playing too many all-rounders. We did the exact same mistake when we tore down under last year for the test series. Why did we lose the test series? Yes, our batters didn't post enough runs, but again, those matches could have been more competitive if we didn't have only one bowler in Jasprit Bumrah picking up all the wickets. It would have been competitive if the other bowlers around him would have supported him. And by other bowlers, I mean not the ones who played, the ones who were sitting on the bench idle, right? So
Exactly.
there also we messed up the combination. Here also, again, we are messing up that combination in the name of batting depth, which is amounting to nothing because when you say you have batting depth, you should post 330 plus regularly. I'm not saying 350. And in Australian conditions, at least 300. So in Perth, I'm completely willing to, kind of go in with a clean slate after Perth because that day, out of nowhere, we were starting. I mean, as an international cricketer, I don't think we can give that excuse to them that okay, I was underprepared. But still, you went to Australia. That was your first game. It was very challenging conditions, all of that, and I'm willing to let it go. But what about Adelaide? So you had a good 4 day break. You came into this match, which, see, the bowling that Bartlett and Hazelwood did early on was top notch. No doubt about that. But what happened after that? 220 for 7 or 8 we were, and Harshit and Arshdeep took us to 260. So
37 runs partnership they put down.
it doesn't make any sense, bro. If you have batting depth, you should get runs. At least to I don't
The
know, man. Two
problem
eighty,
is
two ninety is bare minimum. Is bare
the
minimum.
prop my problem is this has not been working any game. If you see from the time he has been with the team in charge, we lost the Sri Lanka series comfortably. 220 something we were chasing the first game. We That was
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
tie. Then after that we were bowled out for under 115 both of the games. Okay, so there also we were batting till 8 or 9. I don't know what number they were batting till. Then after that, I think we played the England series. England was, I don't know what England was doing, but I think one game only we scored a 300, where Rohit scored 100, I think.
100, yes.
One of the game. Or in Ahmedabad, how many did we score?
I don't remember,
Let me
but
check.
we were pretty bad there as well, I know. So we
But
weren't
we won
getting
the
those big
games.
runs. We won
Yeah,
the games, but
exactly.
see, again, so winning the game is different. Like I said, we won the Asia Cup. But did we play well in the Asia Cup? No, our batting was dicey because of the external changes that happened. We discussed that also. Here also, even in the England series, we didn't play well. Our compositions weren't right. So don't let wins mask what is happening behind the scenes in terms of combinations. We won Champions Trophy that masked a lot of the faults that we had going into the tournament and in the tournament. I know ends
Yeah.
justify
So
the means, but we weren't perfect. And again, that shows when you play good teams in in adverse conditions, if I have to put it that way. And these were, trust me, not adverse conditions today at Adelaide. We should have done better.
so in England series, that last Ahmedabad game, we scored 356.
Hmm.
So that is the only way. I mean,
Only game.
that's the only game. Yeah, correct. Where we scored a lot of runs. Apart from that, I don't think we put up too many runs, anyways.
No.
So that is what I need to understand. Means what is the how are you supporting the and Champions Trophy? We barely scored 250 once or twice. Once against Australia, I think we are while chasing, and sometime we batted first. I think New Zealand first game we batted first, or something happened. I don't remember exactly. So this is the problem. So your idea of lengthy batting is not working. Okay, if the conditions are not slow, I mean, like what happened in Dubai, it's not helping the cause of the team. Only one in out of 10 games you scored well. That was a dead rubber against England in Ahmedabad. So something that needs to be taken care of, in my opinion.
One more thought, and again, if you look at the cycle of ODIs that has happened, that have happened, the Sri Lanka series, we were horrible and we lost. Like I think we lost 2-1 or 3-0. 3-0 we lost.
Two
I think it
zero,
was
two
a
zero, 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, 2-0.
First game
Got
we managed to pull off a tie.
Arshdeep was batting
Yeah.
that game. So okay, 2-0 we lost that series. If you look at that, again, batting depth was an issue, but again, batting order was also an issue. You pushed Shreyas Iyer out of his position, and then it was all trouble. In the Champions Trophy, you batted a bit better in similar or maybe slightly better conditions. Why? Because you had your top four in place, right? So one mistake was corrected there. Again, you got good results. Now there is a bigger glowing mistake with respect to this composition, which is haunting us as of this moment. Again, we might win the third game, but again, don't let it mask all the issues that are still existing in the side. And I think it is a good time for us to, start thinking about the composition of the 2027 World Cup. See, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, regardless of whether they're playing or not in that World Cup, they are not the deciding pieces for the World Cup. As in, if let's God forbid this happen, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli go completely out of form, you can easily fit in two players in Jaiswal and maybe Tilak or somebody, whatever.
Mostly Tilak.
You have you have options to fill it up. It will not change the combination of your side. Whereas having Nitish Reddy, Washington Sundar, or not having them is going to create chaos for your combination. So you have to be very mindful of what you're doing there, at least in terms of the composition. Personnel, you can change whenever you want, but the players, the combination, it has to be there. It has to be in place. I think it should have already been in place by now. I don't know why it's not. And if it is this all-rounder thing that we are going to do in South Africa also, I don't think we will be able to lift the World Cup.
No
There has
way,
to be a lot
no
of luck.
way, no way you are going to lift the World Cup if we continue what we are doing right now. Because no matter how many runs you put up on the board, your bowling will end up conceding that much. Because okay, you will bring in a Bumrah, you will bring in a Siraj. Then after that, what happens? What happens after that? The next 30 overs, how are you going to fill it in? There is no way,
Yeah.
right? So that is the concern, and that is something that needs to be addressed. And I don't know how. I mean, what what is the game plan exactly? I really don't understand because sending Nitish Reddy after Washington Sundar as a batter is like it's it's criminal. I'd say it's criminal, absolutely criminal.
So last match, I still understood the reason why, because there were only very few overs left, and the lefty had a couple of overs in his hand. So maybe they wanted to send Washington to capitalize on the lefty. That is okay. You can give it as a one-off. But in this game, Zampa had 3 overs, but dude, you still had 15, 17 overs to play. And if you remember correctly, Nitish Reddy was the one who smoked two sixes of the guy, of the spinner in the
Kuneman,
previous
yeah,
game.
last over,
Kunnaman.
Kuneman.
Yeah. So again, it shows that why Nitish Reddy can bat. I don't get the obsession. Again, sticking to Gambhir's theory of lefty righty, even then it would have made sense to send Nitish Reddy because Akshar Patel was already batting.
Correct.
So it kind of, contradicted everything that Gambhir stood for. Now are you saying this thing that Sundar will always be the first choice over Nitish Reddy in the batting department? Is it going to be the case? And by
If that is
extension,
the
are you
case,
saying that Sundar would bat higher over Hardik Pandya? Then I don't think it is correct. See, Sundar has a lot of batting ability, no doubt about it. But you
no,
have
no.
players who are better than him.
Where are the
In
numbers? Where are the
ah,
numbers? Does he see the thing about Sundar is everybody says that he has a very high ceiling, all this that. But tell me one thing: we have been seeing him since 2016 or 2017 IPL.
2017, where he
2017,
started opening the bowling for RPS. Yes.
correct. Give me how many instances has Sundar won his team a game with the bat?
In white ball cricket, I can't remember, honestly. Maybe just one in
Only
this
one
season,
in this
SRH
season
game.
against
Yeah.
SRH game, that shortened game where he won the game, like 150 or something they were chasing, and that is the only one instance that you can show me in 9 years of IPL, right?
Hmm.
So there is a reason we always keep asking why they don't play him, why they don't play him, but they also have their data why they don't play him to back their decision, right? So I really don't understand, bro. I don't understand at all why is he in the side, and if he is in the side, how is he batting ahead of Nitish? I really don't understand. Then
The
again,
roles
and
there
the
are not
same
right.
and exactly the same question needs to be asked for the swap between Axar and KL as well.
Yeah.
KL Rahul
So
batted
hmm,
like a dream at number 5, and you move into number 6 for no good reason.
lefty righty. So
No, no, lefty righty is not a concept, no, is not something you have created it out of nowhere. I have seen Australia bat all righties. Michael Clark, Andrew Simons, Ricky Ponting, 3, 4, and 5. They hammered, they tongued the bowler. Before that, there was a Damian Martin, the one of the most exquisite batsmen to watch. They ruled for a decade.
but they but the I think here I would still side with Kamrit for a bit. Why? Because you cannot have five righties at the top. I see. The argument is that okay, we have reached the finals of the 2023 World Cup, but some days we kind of we are left wanting. So I understand in terms of that. Again, KL Rahul is at a massive loss because, as you mentioned, he batted like a dream at number 5. You take out his numbers starting from 2020, that New Zealand series itself. From that till now, I think he has been absolutely phenomenal at the spot that he has been given in. If I'm not wrong, he is the best number 5 around the world in this period. I have
Only
to check the numbers,
I
but
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because Butler has been also up and down the order. But Butler, as we know,
yeah,
Butler plays by entry points. It doesn't matter when or at which position he bats. It's like where
yeah,
how the game is poised. Then Butler gets an entry and he bats accordingly. Apart from Butler, I don't think anyone comes close because Klassen might have, maybe Klassen might have, but Klassen also
mm,
retired from ODIs, and yeah, these are the three players. That's it. He has
mm,
been that good, KL. Maybe the strike rate the
mm,
other two may have, but the consistency with which KL has scored the runs, I think
mm,
it's phenomenal.
yeah. Again, also one other thing that I would like to touch upon here. Again, in terms of batting depth and everything that we have, if we are really focused with our batting depth, then our approach has to change. And I don't know, out of nowhere this thing has happened. We were going all guns blazing till the Champions Trophy, and I saw in the Champions Trophy also we were trying to do so, but it didn't happen. So again, we had to go back into our shell, which is okay. But I expected we would start in an attacking manner against Australia, and that's something that's going to continue because you have 7 wickets in the bank, which means batting till number 9. If you're not planning to utilize your resources, why bother having them in the first place? So I think
I mean,
lack of attacking intent is also one of the primary reasons why we lost. Because if you don't have the bowling, you have to get the par plus totals, and if you're not getting that, then it's not done. So this will also kind of define how you want to use. Why I touched upon this fact now is if you are having this attacking intent and like for example in the first match we were down 46 for 4, right? So at that point when you have KL Rahul coming in at number 6, his role would be to arrest the collapse and get you to a decent total. In that role I think KL Rahul is justified at number 6. But if your approach is to take your time, kind of what happened in this game in the second ODI, and get to a good score. In that case, I think KL Rahul is definitely wasted at number 6. And you might have to find somebody else to do the job. As harsh as it is on KL, you might have to find somebody else to do that job, or maybe you might have to find somebody else. Maybe get Jadeja back in instead of Akshar Patel, who could bat down the order so that KL can go back up again. So this kind of change might need to be done. I'm not saying because it's harsh on both the players. When we are saying that Rahul has been phenomenal at number 5, even Akshar has been good at number 5.
yeah,
So So it is that.
That is the whole problem. That is the whole crux of the problem. Rahul did nothing wrong. Why did you shift him in first place? That is the whole problem. Now the point is you're not able to use him properly.
Yeah.
I'm not against Axar anyways. I am always in favor
Yeah.
that he should play all the games. But the point
Yeah.
is, because of this batting changes, KL Rahul is not getting used properly.
Yeah.
So
And
these
that
are the things. I
that's a
mean,
bad situation. That's a bad situation for KL, in
best
my opinion,
exactly.
because I think we would need a specialized number six as well. I don't know. I honestly
Yeah,
don't know what's gonna
because
happen.
in that case, even that case, it pushes Hardik further down because no matter what you say, Hardik is the most important player of your white ball system. May it be T20s, may it be ODIs.
Absolutely.
If Hardik Pandya is not there, then it leaves a glaring hole in your entire setup, in your plans. And that we saw in the Asia Cup final as well. What happened and how it happened. Right? So these are the things that needs to be taken care of.
Mm.
So these things
Absolutely.
need to be fixed.
Again,
Now let's
all the chatter that we had till now revolves around the team combination and the team composition. So definitely
yeah, we
we
are
have to
not
look
against
into it.
let me be very clear. We are not against any individual or the
Absolutely.
coach. But our problem
Absolutely.
is just that the combinations that he is putting in is not helping the cause.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that we made very clear even at the start of the podcast. It's all about the combination. It's not about the personnel. Because if somebody has played for India, that means they are good enough. We already know that. It's just about finding the right people to fit into the right pieces, as into the right slots. Okay. The slots also have to be right for them. You get what I'm trying to say. I said a very confusing thing. Basically, what I meant is all of them are pieces to the puzzle, but that puzzle has to make sense at the end of the day,
Exactly.
which it is not at this point of time. It doesn't seem like a winning puzzle, you know? That's the problem. So yeah, let's get back to the batters. Before going to the batters, I think let's talk a bit about the bowlers as well. We really fought well, but there were a lot of phases where I think our bowling was weak. Firstly, the primary reason is the lack of wicket-taking options. And as you mentioned, Harshit Rana, I think it's high time we define a role for him and use him accordingly. Like you suggested in the middle overs, he could emerge as a good wicket taker. I think that will also relieve Siraj and Arshdeep of some pressure, and they can continue holding the new ball. Because as we know, Siraj is effective with the new ball. In Rohit Sharma's own words, Siraj is not that effective with the old ball. So I think that is something that we need to really look into.
Yeah. Uh, that is one way of looking into the things. Also, another way of looking into the things is what happens when Bumrah and Shami make a comeback because Bumrah will anyways walk into the 11. Okay, so I assume that he comes in for Arshdeep straight away the swap. Now, what happens if Shami decides to make a comeback or Shami warrants a selection? Now, how are you going to
I
adjust that thing?
I
Because
think
anyway,
they're not going to select him.
they're not going to
Simple.
select him. Then there is a Prashit Krishna waiting in the ranks as well, who is a much better bowler at the present than Harshit. Just because of batting 5, 10, 5, 5, 10, 15 runs, you are added someone, and I don't think that makes any sense.
And also, this is the first time Harshit Rana has shown some good batting performance. He always had the potential, but we kept on hearing he has the potential, he has the potential. It's the first time that he actually showcased that potential. So, for me, as I mentioned earlier as well, we already discussed about this. It has to be like a Prasid plus Washi, if you want it that
Yeah,
way, or it has to be a Harshit plus Kuldeep. And I'm more inclined towards Harshit plus Kuldeep because you do need a wrist spinner. all the top
Kuldeep
three.
anyways plays. Kuldeep anyways plays. Kuldeep is
Yeah,
not going to sit out. If you are making Kuldeep sit out for these 5-10 runs, you are going
yeah.
to lose more games than you win. That is for
And
sure.
I,
Against quality opposition, you can't battle out.
yeah, yeah,
These all-rounder theories and all this will only stick to T20 cricket against less quality sides. Against good quality sides, there you are going bound to fail. That is for sure. That is 100% given thing. This theory is not going to work.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course, the bowling has to be good. Without good bowling department, it's not. It's going to be very hard.
There is a
So
very
that
famous
I think
line
we
from
surely agree.
there's a very famous line. I think it was from Sir Alex Ferguson or someone that attack wins you games, defense wins you tournaments. So that thing translates to in cricket, you batters win you games, bowlers wins you tournaments. That's what happened.
Absolutely,
That's what happened in
absolutely.
2023. That's what happened for England in 2019. They were all guns blazing, all this and that. The final two games, semi-final Australia, 213, they bowled them out. 240, they bowled New Zealand out. 239 or 240, whatever they scored. So that's the thing. Your bowling has to be on point in the big games. If not, you're bound to lose. That is for sure.
Yeah,
Even
that is true.
even even in 2015, if we check final 2015, 180 all out New Zealand, Australian bowling top class all throughout the tournament. That's why they won the game.
Yeah, I think that is why we need to have a look into the composition. At least you have to include more bowlers, man. You do have to.
Not more
Uh,
bowlers. We have more
in the
bowlers.
sense
We need
quality.
wicket
No, no.
taking options.
Yeah, yeah. I meant more wicket taking options. As in pure proper bowlers, not too many all rounders as we right now have. Even in Test cricket, as I said, the 2024 Test series we lost because of the same thing. But yeah, let's get back to these two games that have happened. We talked about the bowlers. With respect to the batters, let's go one by one. I want to start with Shreyas Iyer. I think from the first game compared to the first game, he did a bit better. But still, I saw a lot of, how would I put it? A lot of issues with how he dealt with the short balls. He managed them quite well. For that, I think I would commend him. But that came at a cost. His strike rate was not where I actually thought it would be. So there is a weakness still, and it can very well be exploited. So those are some bad signs for Iyer and India
Yeah, I
because
mean,
the
in the
vulnerability
first
is
game,
still there.
again, the problem with Shreyas Iyer has been that armpit area. I mean, that has been the problem with him in the IPL as well. If you see, because Champions Trophy was before IPL, right? So he looked pretty good. Then when it came to IPL in Mullanpur, especially, where the wicket was very quick, very fast and spicy wicket at Mullanpur in most of the games which they prepared. So four out of 4 or 5 games, whatever they played there, I think Shreyas barely scored at an average of 5 or something. So it was that tough for him. I mean, that problem still persists, but you need a quality bowler to find it out. And here we have
Yeah,
Stark and Hazelwood, who are masters in doing that job. Fast wickets, they target the specific batsman very well. The planning and every execution is every time on point because of the experience and the quality they bring onto the table. So that is one problem with Shreyas, I think, which still persists, but he has created workarounds. He has created some workarounds, which I think he put it on the show today because today's wicket was slightly less bouncy than the one at Perth, so he got through today. But yeah, that is a chink in the armor still, I'd say. But let's see how he does. And today, I think his dismissal was kind of very uh, clumsy, I'd say, because it was not required. That shot was not required because he already got a boundary of Zampa. Rohit's wicket had fallen like 10, 20, 10, 15 balls back only. So I think at that juncture of the game, it was a very bad shot selection from Shreyas Iyer. So
could
yeah,
read
that
the
is something
bowling.
that he needs to. Yeah. that is something he needs to work on a bit. That match awareness thing. I mean, today it was not required. He could have gone on and got a big 100 today.
I think he definitely missed out on a lot of them. And I think, yeah, I don't have a problem with an aggressive approach. I think it just could have been a lot better. And I don't know. I felt he was kind of slow today. But yeah, that aside, let's move on to our next batter. See, KL and Akshar, I won't. So KL, I don't want to criticize much because, again, today I expected him to bat till the end. It didn't happen, but it's okay. And in the last match, he did well. And Akshar, I think in both the games, he did well. Uh, there was one shot of Akshar Patel today. I think I saw Ashwin's video as well. There also he talked about it with how well he maintained that balance. Ashwin made a very crucial point. So batting is not about bringing in a big front foot. It's about transfer of weight. How well you do that. Uh, so there was one shot I can't remember of which guy
I
he
think
played.
it was a Mitchell Stark. I think Stark it was covered
Probably
over
Star.
the cover, inside out kind of shot. Yeah.
No, not that one. One towards the mid-on region. Can't remember who the bowler was, but that was a phenomenal shot. So he looks to be in good touch to me. It's just that he's not able to translate those 40, 50s into a big score. But I think eventually that will happen. And for that to happen, we need to persist with him a bit longer. It's not that if he fails in 1 or 2 games, you remove him. That should not be the case. He looks good, and I think that the big scores are definitely going to come in when the situation is right. So Akshar done, KL done, Iyer done. Now we go to the top three. And the bottom half we already talked plenty about, right? The top three. Let's start with the captain, Shubman Gill. Again, he has scored what, 8 in the first innings, in the first game, and 9 in the second game, if I'm not wrong. 17, close to 20 runs in 2 innings. But trust me, he has looked to be the best batter from India. He was looking
The
so good,
problem with
but
Shubman,
he's not able to convert those looking good innings into good innings. That has been a case of criticism for me towards Shubman. How long are we
see,
supposed to wait for Shubman Gill to, show us and show us his potential into performance? When is that going to happen?
I mean, in Senna, I think he needs to put up his hand. It's high time now
Exactly.
because I don't remember. I think 20 after the 23 World Cup, we went to South Africa. I don't remember if we scored big runs there. I really don't remember. And New Zealand, we haven't been for the last 5 6 years. Australia, I think this is the first time he is playing before because before that, last time Mayank Agarwal and Dhawan were opening the batting.
Shikhar Dhawan was the
So
opening. Yeah.
yeah, so and England also, I don't remember if he played many games in 22. I mean, Shikhar Dhawan was there at that time, so clearly I don't remember. So I think it is one of his first outings, so that's fine. And the part with him is he has been a bit unlucky as well with the kind of dismissals that he had in both the games last time. Down strangled down the leg.
Or down. Yeah.
Felipe picks up a absolute blunder of a catch. Again today, I mean today I think the pressure got to him. I think Rohit from the other end looked pretty stuck in the middle, like 8 of 30 or something. Rohit was, and Shubman was run the ball, whatever he scored, 9 or 8. So he was looking good against Hazelwood as well as look positive as well. Stepped down the wicket once or twice, connected middle of the ball well. So I think he needs to give himself a bit of time. I think he has to be very clear with his game plan that what he needs to do. And I think runs will flow eventually because he has been in terrific form, if you see, in the last 1 year and both the longer formats. Even in IPL, he's in excellent touch. So that is something I'm not worried much about Shubman. The runs will flow eventually. And yeah, that's it. I think the luck slightly needs to be in his favor, I believe, as a batter. Sometimes you need
I
that.
do. I do, but again, of course, I can't even say that I'm losing patience with him because he's the captain now, and
He's
definitely
the
he's
number
going to
one
play the
batter.
22 as well.
He's,
And
he's the
see,
number
it's
one
not
batter
about being number
currently.
one. See, I mean, you've been watching cricket for more than 22, 23 years, maybe even more. The ICC rankings are a hoax. Okay. They don't truly represent what is happening on the pitch for sure. Yeah, they can give you an indication. And the indication is, of course, something that we all know that Shubman Gill is one of the most phenomenal batters out there, and we know. But my problem is we have been seeing a lot, and we have been saying this also a lot of times, even on this show, that oh, Shubman Gill was looking so good, then he got out. I'm tired of hearing this so much. And the guy has a lot of ability, man. Back in 2019, when he was selected for that New Zealand tour, I remember Virat Kohli giving the statement. When I was 19, I wasn't half as talented as Shubman Gill. If you remember this
Yeah,
statement
yeah,
from Virat Kohli.
yeah.
So I expected big things from him. I still expect, and he's got a lot of time in his hand, but I just wish that it comes soon. And I just cannot wait for that big explosion that will take Shubman Gill from a modern day hero to an icon, to a legend. So that's going to happen. But yeah, I hope it happens soon. Because like with what happened with Rohit in that era, 2010 to 2012, it was so frustrating to watch. And kind of a similar thing is building up with Shubman Gill. I hope it doesn't last long. But yeah, talking about Rohit, let's move on to him. What did you think of this innings? I'll put you in the hot seat.
I mean, the start was pretty clumsy, but wretched if you ask me. I mean, it was all over the place. He was my only problem today with Rohit Sharma's batting was he was late to the ball, and that is something I have not seen in last 15 years of watching him. Rohit Sharma late to the ball. I don't know.
Even
I
the
mean,
dismissal,
it was
even
sad.
the
It was
dismissal.
it was really a worrying sign. I mean, the reflexes have gone down, or some eyesight, or what was the issue? I don't know. But even in Perth, he was not looking comfortable at all. He was not able to pick the length, and he got out very early. And today also, I think luck was with him. There was a very close LBW call. I think there was some issue with the Snicko there, where it showed a spike when from the front cam it was. I could means everybody said that there was a gap. The commentators on air as well as the bowler and everyone. So I don't know what happened, but he survived a close call there. Then couple of close shouts of caught behind again LBW and all these things in the first 10 overs. And the only problem with me was very late onto the ball today. I mean, he mistimed a lot. Um, edged edged run to the boundary, leading edges, all this stuff, which is very unlikely of a Rohit Sharma inning. I'm not I'm not going to criticize a lot on the strike rate part because yeah, that is something that anyways we will talk about. But the my major concern is about the how he batted, means how he
Yeah.
approached the balls.
I think you mentioned a brilliant point, and I think that kind of sums up what I wanted to say. And that is, it felt like he was late onto the ball. We've been hearing and we've been watching Rohit Sharma over the years, and we always say that Rohit has got just that one extra second to the ball compared to any other batter, and that's what makes him the supreme batter. Now, cut to this game. I hope it's only temporary because he hasn't played a lot, and probably it takes time, um, to get acclimatized to the game. And again, it's international level, and the bowlers are not ordinary bowlers. It's not Indian conditions either. So I think considering all those factors, maybe this is something that's going to get better as he keeps on playing more and more games. And I wish the same for Kohli as well, because this is the exact thing that I saw with Virat as well in the first game. It felt like the ball kind of rushed to both of them. It kind of hurried them. So that is a point of concern for me as well. But coming to this innings, there are two lenses that you can look into. So first lens would be from just this match point of view. Dude, you have batting depth. Okay, this is not on Rohit Sharma personally, but again, this approach thing is a role that is given to him. So I didn't get the approach. So we hailed Rohit Sharma as the aggressor. We hailed Rohit Sharma as the selfless captain who goes all guns blazing, who leads from the front. Where is that Rohit Sharma in this game? Again, this blame will not go to Rohit Sharma alone. This will go to the management because the role has to be defined by the management. Earlier, Rohit was the captain, so we could criticize or praise him because he's the deciding factor. Here, why we are saying management and not just Gill, because Gill is just two ODIs into his captaincy. The question mark here should arise on Gautam Gambhir. That what is your plan? If you have batting depth till nine, why are your batters playing like this? They're taking their own sweet time. This is not done, right? And we have to question Gautam Gambhir over these kind of tactics. On the other hand, if you have to play like this, and if you're going to get to that 270, 280, why not go for the extra bowler and try to defend your scores? So that is the criticism for Gautam Gambhir. That is one lens to look at it. The second lens that I'm looking into this innings is through Rohit Sharma's own lens. So, of course, this has to be in agreement with the management, and I believe this is what has happened. That the management has given Rohit Sharma full freedom to bat the way he wants. And I think because he doesn't have those runs and he has his place in question, I think everybody is coming for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli too at this point of time. So I think considering all that, putting that into context, I think it was a okay innings. And I'm completely fine with Rohit Sharma taking his time. That if this is the start that he requires. Maybe one more innings of this sort. And that leads to Rohit Sharma getting into his full groove, the way he batted in 2023, then I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't have any problem. But if this is going to continue as a template, then that's where I have a problem. Because we cannot be batting like this. Shubman Gill is not the one that's going to be the aggressor. We need somebody like Yashaswi Jaiswal to take on the bowling in the first 10 overs. So that is the way I see it. If this is for one, two, maybe three games, it's totally fine. I would want him to get back his original timing and then he can go forward with that. But if this is the template, then I completely disagree with this. That's how I see it.
Yeah, perfectly put, I'd say. And that's fair as well. And I think could have been the things could have been slightly better. The innings progression, if you see, I think at some point of time it was 14 of 40, and then
He
one
was
over from Mitchell
eight.
Owen.
He was 8 of
Yeah,
30, 14 of 42, or I don't remember what was he saying. 14 of
40
14 of 40, and then he was 30 of 62 before he hit those two sixes off of
of
Mitchell
Mitch
Owen. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that was toughest
these
I
are
think.
the
So,
things. Yeah, these are the things. I mean, and also the way he got out and the point at which he got out. I think that was a bit worrisome as well. And, but that's fine. It's even one day, and he's making a comeback after a long time. So that's fine. And I hope he makes a good comeback in Sydney.
absolutely. And I think we should not be harsh on him as well because I've seen a lot of hatred towards Rohit Sharma for this innings. See, the hatred should not be towards him. Of course, there should be no hatred, first of all. You should be able to dissect the game in a neutral manner. You can point out, okay, this is the mistake, this is the mistake. But that has to go on to the management first because there is no way Rohit Sharma played slow by his own volition without taking the management into confidence. So this is how they have planned the innings. So the blame, if you are willing to put it on somebody, it has to be the manager. So
So my point is, if you want these kind of batting performances from your one of the openers, then I think Yashasvi Jaiswal will be a better choice, given
for
he is
sure,
going to serve the Indian cricket for another decade at least. The
for
kind of
sure.
talent he has and the kind of performances he has put in across the formats that he has played so far, he is going to be a long-term asset for Indian cricket. So if you want to see
Mm.
these kind of knocks more going forward, if this is your plan, then I think that guy should be given a run.
If this is your
Rohit
plan, then three
Sharma,
things needs to happen. Three things needs to happen.
yeah,
One is either you get in a Yashaswi, or if that's not the case, then the other things are you continue with Rohit,
because
and if he's gonna take his time and score those big hundreds, then you have to think about your number five, number six. You cannot have KL Rahul batting at number six with these guys at the top. You need to think of somebody like a Sanju Samson or a Jitesh Sharma or somebody, whatever. You need to get specialists at those positions who can strike from ball one. So the entire combination has to change. And you have to get in wicket takers, more wicket takers. You can't even bat till eight. Your batting has to end at seven so that you have four genuine bowlers. So there
yeah,
is going to be a lot of changes.
yeah.
Because
So if that is
essentially
the
you're
case,
changing the entire template. So
yeah. So that is something the team management needs to think and answer, which I don't think is going to come anytime soon with the way things are
yeah,
going. But let's see what happens.
yeah. So that's all that we had about the other batters. There's only one batter left, Virat Kohli. I mean, I don't want to, digress into his two innings, two zeros, unexpected. Uh, I think Virat Kohli didn't had a single duck in ODIs against Australia in Australia. This is the first time he got a duck in the first ODI, followed it up with another one, and very well could do it again at Sydney because as I said earlier in this podcast, the last two ODIs haven't been great for the batters at Sydney. You are looking at something like 250 to 280-ish kind of score in Sydney as well, which
But
means the bowling conditions are going to be tough.
that's fine. But all, I mean, Virat Kohli is the best batters for these kind of conditions. I mean, these kind of games, the 250, 260 games, as we have seen over his career.
Yeah, but he
So
doesn't look in his good touch. That is the problem.
that is the
He,
problem. The problem is with the touch part, exactly. And do you think that the decision not to play the India A games can be counted as a factor of this failure?
why not? For sure. So again, I'm very rigid with this. Okay, you ask me if Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli had to play a certain domestic game or a India A game, my answer is going to be always hell yes. Even when they were playing all three formats, I was very vocal about them skipping games. I was never in favor of anybody who's playing international cricket skipping games. And now that they are playing only one format, you should not even skip domestic games as well. And this is not something that is kind of a punishment to them, but it is for their own benefit. The more you play, the more you stay in touch. And more than Rohit Sharma, it is true for Virat Kohli. You look at whenever he has taken a long break, whenever he comes back, it takes a while for him to get up and running. You can tell me that, oh, boss, he took 1 month or 1.5 month, where the famous quote where he said, "I didn't touch my bat for 30 days after getting that 100 against Afghanistan." You look at the entire Asia Cup of 2022. Where are his runs? Nowhere up until the Afghanistan game. He struggled. Okay, so it's not that he's gonna magically score runs after a long break. He takes time, and you have to kind of give it to that man. He has earned it. He's the freaking best ODI batter of all time. Okay, you can debate
That
with
is
Sachin or
something
AB, but yeah,
that worries me the most. I mean, with the way he got out and the walk back to the pavilion, I mean, I don't know how to
putting
put
his
this
gloves
thing.
up. So yeah,
That was the
he,
because the
he's
crowd
playing.
was applauding. That
Yeah, yeah,
because
I know. He's
the
playing.
start, yeah, mind games. I mean, so
He's playing with the fans for
that is
sure.
exactly. And the problem is with the timing of the things. I mean, what is happening around and outside. I mean, that is also not helping the cause.
Yeah.
Let's see how. I hope he makes a comeback and come back in the Sydney. Sydney has, I think he scored well in the games in 21 as well, 85 and something he scored in both the games.
Yeah.
So I think 250s he got two. So 250s he got in three games. I don't remember.
He got a
If
hundred
all the
against
game,
Pakistan as well.
that was in Adelaide.
Acha,
That
okay.
was in Adelaide,
Uh, okay, you were talking about Sydney. Okay.
Sydney. Yeah. So
So
Sydney also
I was
traditionally Sydney
completely
is a
out of
very good
context.
batting wicket.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I missed that. I was completely out of context. I was talking about Champions Trophy. I was like, what? Where 250s? He got 100. I was thinking about the last five, six games. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about that history. But no. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
Virat
again, like I
Kohli,
said,
I
the
think the
wickets were completely
problem,
different, dude. The wickets where he got those runs were completely different. Now they have relayed their wicket. So
my problem
I'm in
with
trouble.
my problem, my problem with Virat Kohli for the last 4 or 4.5 years has been the same. Where is the back foot? How is the back foot moving? Where are those cut
Dude, I think
shots? Where is
I
because that is because they have figured it out, Australians, and they are meticulous with their planning and execution. If they
and
have figured out
execution. Yeah.
something that is working for them, they are going to nail it down more times than not. Like
Though you
during the
see
test
how
series
Australia.
this year,
Yeah,
during the test series as well, Stark said on air that me and Boland we are talking. Me and Boland were talking. We just need to keep Virat bowling. We just need to keep bowling in the channel to Virat, and he'll nick them one off. In that game in MCG, I think he played some 70, 80 balls. They bowled him some 60 odd balls in the channel, and the 61st one he is to the keeper.
yeah.
So I mean, he has to because Virat Kohli traditionally is a player who likes to feel the bat on the ball. He's not the player who is going to leave the ball over and over again. He likes to keep the game moving. Needs
And you cannot do
that
that
is
also in one day international cricket. So that is also a
exactly.
problem. You have to find a
So
scoring shot.
and these wickets where there is a lot of pace and bounce, you can't bail out without a back foot game. I think it's impossible. No matter how talented you are, it is not possible.
Yep. And I think that is going to be the challenge for Virat. And you talked about Australia with their execution. Dude, I think they have completely kind of nailed the execution in terms of our top three of our top four. Maybe with Shubman Gill, it is still kind of up and down. They have gotten him out in different ways. But you look at the most common dismissals. So for Rohit Sharma, they know that they can play with his ego. So they offer him that pull shot. He does hit a couple of sixes always, but then he definitely falls into the trap as well. That's what happened today also. He fell for that pull shot. The ball kind of rushed onto him. You look at how Cummins traps him every time. Yeah. And in Test cricket, they know his inside, he's weak on those in swingers. They exposed that. Pat Cummins got him out, I think, at least two, three times in a Test series in a similar fashion, either that or the short ball, right? So they know how to get Rohit Sharma out, and they do it every time. With Virat, they know you just have to bowl outside off, and that's what they're doing. With Iyer, they know he kind of struggles against the short ball, so they kind of tuck him in. They don't let him, get open chested and open up his arms. So there is no room. So he has to nick it. So they are very meticulous and they execute it superbly. You have to give the credit to them. I mean, that's why they are the legendary side that we all talk about so much. And yeah, they're unbeatable, man. Unless you bring your A plus game on the day, you're not gonna beat them. They don't let off easily. That is the hallmark of any Australian side, be it male or female. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
And
so I think we can wrap this video up. It has been a long time we have been
yeah,
talking, and I
yeah,
hope that the
yeah. I
both
mean,
these stalwarts make a good comeback in Sydney.
like I said, bro, I saw those last two ODIs ke scorecard, and yeah, I came into this video with a lot of enthusiasm, to be honest. I mean, I was disappointed, and definitely I was going to speak off all the points that I made already. But in my heart, I hoped that it's going to be better at Sydney. But I saw the scorecards again. Yeah, doesn't look good. I don't know if we are going to get some different conditions. I hope we do. Just give us one flat pitch for once. And get our champions up and running. After this, I think we have the South Africa ODI series, right?
That is at home. Three
Yeah,
games. Three against
yeah,
Africa,
I
three
think
against India. We are.
yeah, I think those are the games when we're definitely gonna see some runs from these guys. But I just hope the last time in Australia, I don't think we are gonna play Australia before 2027 World Cup. I don't think so. This is the last. Yeah,
We are not going to play in Australia. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. ODI cricket. No, test matches also they are gonna come to India
They are going to come here,
for
yeah,
the VGT.
next year.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is the last for both Rohit and Virat. Last innings in Australia. I hope they get some good runs. And we talk about Virat in Australia. We also have to remember that Rohit also is phenomenal against Australia in white ball cricket. So his
Yeah,
numbers are also
especially
quite
in
staggering.
ODIs.
So yeah, yeah,
Especially in
especially
ODIs.
in ODIs. Yeah. Yep, cool. So I think we end this podcast on that note, hoping Virat and Rohit get some good runs to cap off their last innings. And of course, India has to do better in terms of combinations. And I hope India ends up saving some face and not getting whitewashed in the series. So on that note, we'll see you in the next one. Up until then, ciao.